Morning, Toby Hodges on board the Balance 482. It's always the way, isn't it? When you've been really looking forward to sailing a boat, a performance blue water cruiser, and then you get a couple of knots of breeze. Anyway, we'll make the most of it, and you may well have seen, I did a tour of this boat earlier this year. First time it was in Europe at the Grand Mott show in April, so we'll make a link to that. But this is first chance I've had to sail it. Hopefully we'll get some more breeze, but if we don't, I wanted to take you through a few of the features which I think are very, very cool. This particular boat, number 4 of the series, and it's for the founder of the company, Philip Berman, and it's been here in Europe for the show season, and then we'll go across the Atlantic to the Caribbean soon. We are sailing off Barcelona as part of European Yacht of the Year trials, and we are currently under the mainsail, and this is a downwind screecher, and we're making about 4 knots in about 6 knots apparent breeze. But it's a good chance, to walk you through some of the features I've already really taken to on sailing this. So I like the look of the boat, I like the concept of the boat, and it's full of ideas that are born from catamaran sailors who use their boat on the ocean. Yeah, a few of the features I already like. Up here on the bow, this has an integral electric furler for this screecher sail, which makes it really easy to set a large. So they do make an upwind screecher, more of a close reaching sail, and this one more of a downwind one, which means we are sailing this at about 60 to 70 degrees. That's close to the apparent breezes we want to get with that. But yeah, you can furl that from the helm just at the push of a button. Underneath the longer on bowsprit arm here, there is a camera for that anchor. So just behind where the anchor roller is, there's a camera, which means Skipper Joe here's telling me he uses that all the time when you don't want to disturb, when I ask anyone else to help you pick up the anchor, you push the button, you can see which way the chain's going off the bridle. So yeah, good idea, works well. Fender lockers in here. Smart system to have, because at this side, this is the owner's hull on this side, so that is a sort of walk-in closet from in there, and then a big sail locker on that port side. But obviously the more weight you can keep aft, the better. And you can see from here how you have this big flat coach roof area, really easy to get up on, and if you need to get onto the boom, these handles, fishbone boom it's called, really help give you something to grab hold of when you do need to get up on the stack pack, etc. But also how the lines are all brought really neatly to this helm area, and this is something they do super well, is that the helm station itself. While we're here, you can see how you've got these integrated rain catchers within the coach roof itself. It's also something to grab hold of. And then, this is the part which I think works really well, is a helm set up for one person to control the boat. So Balance have what they describe as the Versa helm, and that's what we're seeing now. So it means you can helm the boat from down on the main deck level, or just flip it up like this. So you can stand up here at the bulkhead helm, conventional place to steer from as well. And you can also see behind here you have fold up bimini to cover this area as well, and there's a big hatch area that closes this off. Yeah, it's really neatly done having these 3 winches here. So they're all powered and they're on foot pedals here, so 2-speed for each of the winches, which really helps because you'll see there's no travel on this one. They've gone for a dual main sheet setup, which means you want to keep, it's basically the orange and the green lines on these 2 winches at the moment, keep one tight, and it means you've got good cheating angles as well, because you can also take these off and switch them to middle pad eye, or even out as well to the quarters, to change your sheeting angles for the mainsail. And this, you look up there, you've got a lot of power in that main as well, so getting a good angle on it makes a lot of sense. Another thing you notice here is how neatly the tailing lockers are in here, so keeps your lines from snake pitting around all your feet, and there is a locker in here to get at them if you need to. If they get twisted up, that's the main highlight on that, but obviously you can take it out on deck and flake it if you want to do a quick drop. But very, very neatly done. And this has a high aspect self-tacking jib as standard. It's a choice balance I've made. Keeps any jib sheets from, or genoa sheets from flapping around, which can get quite nasty, but also means you've got a good pointing angle upwind. So if you do want to sail upwind, this is going to be as close as you can do really, because you've got a nice inboard. You set the car nice and inboard for the angle of the jib, and then of course as soon as you're close reaching, you can set a sail such as this. Flat dagger boards going back after these clutches and spinnaker winches. And you can see here, really nicely done. Again, they thought about this well. They've raised these solar panels up so they're insulated, you've got airflow underneath them, and obviously you can get them off if you ever need to replace or maintain them. So each of those is 400 watt, which gives you obviously 1600 watts with those 4 panels. Some owners going for an extra one, some going for another extra one on davits as well. On this boat, they have 800 amp hours of lithium-ion batteries, and they have dual integral alternators on the twin engines, so no generator necessary, and that gives them plenty of power for even running aircon and stuff. Although if you were running it all night, you'd probably need to run the engine with the alternator on low RPM. Storm boards obviously fit in here. So these boats are built in Cape Town. Balance do have a yard, Nexus yard in Cape St. Francis as well, but these are built, this model is built in Cape Town, and it's a vinyl ester composite boat with foam core furniture used, cabinetry used throughout, so it's 13.3 tons light ship. You've even got neat tailing lockers here for the control lines for the dagger boards. So dagger boards basically about 2.2 to 1.1 meters, and they're straight, coming inboard slightly, but straight dagger boards. And then this is the view, obviously, from sitting or standing on watch down in this position. It's really good. Those straight coach roof windows means you really do get good vision through there. I mean, we are, and also the higher cut of that screecher sail. So a lot of the time in this sort of position, you're losing visibility somewhere when you're on a single helm position like this. But I'm not seeing that with this one. We're sailing along, 4 or 5 knots at the moment, and pretty much got surround viz from there. And it's also a pretty sociable place as well to keep a watch. So people could be eating here or in the saloon. Got a chart table further forward, and also you've got the full bank of electronic repeaters here as well, so if you do want to have a hand on the wheel whilst keeping watch, having it down here in full protection, close that roof off here, I think it's a really, really smart system to have. So the rest of it I've walked through, as I said, from Grand Motte before, so I won't do a full tour inside, but yeah, a few areas to note. It's really, for a performance boat, the amount of cabinetry on here, it's, as I say, it's all lightweight foam cord, but it gives a warmth to it. You know, it's a modern, bright, light, white looking boat. Owners all like to have them in bright colours, that sort of thing. It's but the woodwork, the veneer, gives it a feeling of warmth, and build quality does seem to be pretty good as well. Plenty of refrigeration space, loads of tankage. I think it's 800 litres of fuel on this boat, and yeah, plenty of space as well. What's different about Balance, again, is they like the athwartships double berth, so they have the heads area aft, and then look at all this stowage space here. There is masses of stowage space on this boat, but yeah, this is the owner's hull, so big, high athwartships berth, and in the centre of the boat, with good ventilation in there as well. And this one, as I said, links into here, so again, into the sail locker. So there is plenty of stowage space in there. And then massive, great shower area aft. Look at this. So it's almost like a sauna. What if you could have a sauna in here? Good U-shaped galley, connecting obviously with the aft cockpit area. Both that table drops down to fill in that area, and that table drops in there if you did want to sleep extra guests. Yes, you can have a stool here at the forward-facing desk nav station. And then you have two double cabins here. So there is the option to have a 4-cabin layout, which would mean repeating this hull basically on the starboard side. Shower in here, and then heads, so those are shared by the cabins in here. So here's one of the engine bays, access to the Yamaha 45, and you can see there's the conventional alternator, and this has the integral alternator on it as well with a pack there. So at 1500 RPM, that will be delivering 7 kilowatts of power to your battery bank. So a short burst of engine at low res, and that's on both sides. You can imagine you can top up your battery bank very quickly. You see the Dyneema linkage to the steering there, round there, across the shower, the heads of the shower, and then to a chain there, so cable steering, nice and direct. Good non-slip, comfortable under deck. These are Cyclops Marine load cells they've got in the rig as well, so that just helps tell you readout of how much stress and load is under the is on the shrouds. So yeah, reduce sail before you start stretching them basically, as well as having, this also has the mast cameras and the anchor camera as well. It's a funky boat. Sorry, didn't get to sail it in more breeze. Hopefully one day that will happen. Anyway, Balance 482 starts at 1.157 million US dollars. This boat we're on, a fully equipped boat, is about 1.4 million US. Hope you enjoyed the sail tour, well, pointing out a few of the features, and hope to bring you more from balanced catamarans in the future.